Greetings and salutations. So I found some older gameplay of Moons of Madness, and I'm just going to let it play in the background to kind of get an idea of what the game looks like, kind of what if there's any and I have to ask myself, is there any replayability? Is there any reason why I would want to? What are the challenges? And you can see that it's very Myst-like. It reminds me heavily of Myst um, back in the day. And so, I'm thinking, well, would I want to replay this, or is there any reason for monetization? Like, is there any, add-on packs or upgrades? These are kind of some of the questions I ask myself because if let's say I play something and I want to buy some RP items or I want to buy what kind of business model from a development aspect. I ask myself, how are they going to make more money in the future with this title? And I'm kind of looking at it like it's a love passion. It's a small project, love passion where um, somebody had this vision and they wanted to kind of do like a horror space exploration. Maybe they were inspired by some of the previous titles that came out a couple years ago and wanted to do their own adaptation of it. It's in the comments they talk about how it's kind of derived from Lovecraft, which I love that. I love the idea of reaching back and touching on Lovecraft or Robert E. Howard's kind of visions and pulling them out and pulling them into new media. Taking them out of the written form and putting them into the video game genre. I love that idea, and I like to see that fleshed out. I just don't know if this is the right implementation. I don't see this as he's going through these systems to be able to make himself get outside, so where he can survive the element. He's got his charges, fuel tank, and he's going through and he's doing all of his stuff and the visuals. But this, unfortunately, though, I don't see this as enjoyable gameplay. I'm and he's going back and forth, and it looks like there are some survival elements. He's got his gel packs, and he's got his food he's stored in there. And obviously they haven't left the hangar because they can't show. I found this from 6 months ago, and so obviously the the development aspect is okay. I guess I'm proven wrong. He just left the hangar. He's got to close it behind him. And there's that animation. Some of those animations are kind of like how not Rust, Scum works. So it's very. You have to click on something and toggle it, and then it gives you some kind of animation in exchange for clicking on it and toggling it. So it's kind of it's buffering. My internet decided to dump out, but it's got that. So the gameplay seems kind of slow. Um, and so I'm just thinking from he's tethering himself up so he has oxygen. Showing the harshness of Mars, which is kind of nice. So the visual effects, right? The immersion looks to be really good. Um, the immersion definitely looks like, and he's got his vitals there in the bottom right corner. And there's some typical Unreal 4 engine, lighting, and they're able to kind of mesh these immersion effects to blot out fidelity. You know what I mean? Because you notice how they do the surrounding temperature change on the glass, but what that allows them to do is dump down the fidelity in the texture on the world. But still, so there's an element of craft here that I can appreciate. I got the fogging up the screen, so you lose all your world fidelity. They're hiding it behind this immersion. I do like that. I do. That's an intelligent design effect. I can appreciate that. But where's the challenging gameplay? I just don't see it. Where's the how am I going to want to play through this and dump any time into this? I'm not seeing it. It's very slow. Um, it's poor in some aspects. I mean, I'm glad that FunCom is branching out and producing more products. If I was a producer though, I don't know if I would produce this, to be honest. I don't know if I would produce this because the amount of resources that it takes to produce something They're they currently have other products, and they could be producing Conan Exiles, like more media coverage, more. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If this looks like enjoyable gameplay experience, or if this looks like something that you would enjoy playing. I mean, it would be nice for the initial world exploration, maybe one time. I'm not trying to, this is my criticism. I'm not trying to beat up the game. I love the idea of Mars, and I love the idea of um, but where's my giant ass BFG? BFG stands for, right? I don't want to say it because I don't want to be not demonetized, because I don't monetize my content, but deranked, I guess, is a better word from YouTube. They won't trend your content if you have any profanity in there. So, but like, where's my giant ass laser firing bazooka that melts stuff? Where if it's this slow a pace game, then is it teaching me critical systems? Am I learning how the importance of solar, oxygen? Is it preparing me for my next space travel mission in 2025 by Tesla? Eon, Mr. Musk, is it getting me to where I can put in an application and travel, and be like, hey, man, I'm ready to go to Mars. But I, I've watched 7 minutes of this, and all he's done is walk 150 feet over a ledge and take an elevator, and it's showcasing some assets that were developed. They look pretty good, but they've fidelity the assets down, and they're kind of hidden them behind an essence of immersion, which I can appreciate. But this does not look like something that's overly enjoyable. I don't. Why would I want to replay this? What? I don't know. I don't want to be too critical, because this could be great, but I guess this is a showcase, and then a WTF FunCom WTF. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not sold. They need to heavily get on here. And how come they haven't been producing this? How come there hasn't been any live stream or any heavy media um pushing, like, hey, we're getting ready to release this next week, in pre Halloween holidays. If you pre-order now, you get 20% off, or if you already have the game, if you already have a couple of our other Funcom titles, you get a loyalty pack. Like, how come they haven't talked about any of this stuff from a producer kind of aspect, from a development. I don't want to beat the game up. It might be enjoyable. I'm just thinking about critical game design. I'm thinking about gameplay. I'm thinking about replayability. I'm thinking about monetization. I'm thinking about all those elements that would want to make me dump a significant amount of time, and also generate a significant amount of revenue for Funcom. And in a lot of those aspects, it's lacking. And I'm just wondering. I'm asking myself these questions as I watch through this playthrough. Um, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I realize that my content a lot of time is on the fly. It's not scripted. I've had some people, say, which is totally fine, right? Criticism drives innovation. The self-evaluation and critical thought drive change. And so, I had somebody leave a comment where they're like, you can obviously tell your brain is not attached to your mouth. And I got a good laugh out of it. I thought that's awesome. That's awesome. That's a good burn. That's an amazing burn. So, obviously I got somebody really worked up. They said something that they did not like. So it's okay. It's okay. It's good. And, so if you want to burn me in the comments, be creative. Be creative. But maybe I'll showcase them and get a good laugh out of it. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Does this look like something you would enjoy playing? Does this look like we're 10 minutes into this, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. They're going through, and they're showcasing animations is what this is. They're showcasing animations, and I'm not. Where's the fear or the running for your life? Where's the um thankfully it's not a platformer. I can't believe how much I hate platformers. Platformer is something that you jump on. You have to jump from ledge to ledge to ledge. I hate platformers. Usually they're very popular in like Nintendo, or they're popular in kind of some of these low fidelity games because, or low fidelity, low system requirement uh, games because are systems because they're trying to come up with another way to expand what the capability of the gameplay experience is with limited resources, limited memory, and limited resolution. So platformer is kind of a way for them to a development technique and way for them to kind of expand those realms. But if you have a very high fidelity, like this game's going to require some system requirement. There's a lot going on in this playthrough right here. You can see, I mean, there's all kinds of textures and renders and environment, and there's, he's got his life. There's a lot of demand. So, um, there's no reason to kind of do that reach back on a platformer when you're going to require these kind of system requirements to play this thing. And I don't believe it would add to the gameplay experience. It'd probably detract it in general. But I don't know. I know this is a little bit of a ramble, but let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.